The family secret hidden under every single long-sleeve shirt. When I was 6 years old, my older brother Caleb decided to play with a lighter in the garage. He was 10, old enough to know better, but not fast enough to escape the flash. I remember my mom kneeling in front of me in the hospital waiting room. She was crying, gripping my small hand so hard it hurt. She told me Caleb was broken, and that I was the only one who could give him the spare parts to fix him. I didn't understand that she was talking about a bone marrow transplant, and then later, skin grafts. I just knew that if I said yes, my mom would stop crying. By the time I was 16, I had been under the knife 7 times. Every time Caleb's body grew, his scars would tighten, and my parents would look at me. It wasn't a request anymore. It was a demand. They called it family loyalty. I called it disappearing. I stopped wearing swimsuits. I stopped going to sleepovers because I didn't want anyone to see the map of scars across my hips and back. Meanwhile, Caleb walked around like a golden boy. He never thanked me. He just looked in the mirror and complained that the texture of his new skin didn't look perfect yet. Last week, we were at a fancy engagement dinner for Caleb and his fiancée, Sarah. Everything was crystal and candlelight. My mom leaned over the table, smiling, and said, "So Maya, we should probably book the clinic for next month. Caleb wants his jawline smoothed out before the wedding photos." The table went silent. Sarah looked up, totally confused. "Wait, what clinic? Caleb told me those were just old sports injuries." I didn't say anything. I just stood up, and for the first time in my life, I unbuttoned my cardigan. I let it fall to the floor. The scars on my arms were jagged, silver, and impossible to ignore. Sarah gasped. She actually covered her mouth. She looked at Caleb, then at my parents, who were just casually cutting their steak. "You did this to her?" she whispered. "For photos?" Caleb just rolled his eyes. "It's not a big deal, Sarah. She's my sister. That's what she's for." Sarah didn't even finish her wine. She took off her ring, set it right in the middle of his mashed potatoes, and looked at me. She said, "Run, Maya. Run as far as you can, and don't ever give them another inch of yourself." I walked out of that restaurant in my tank top, shivering in the cold. But for the first time in 18 years, I felt like my skin finally belonged to me.